This is a public service announcement. This is a public service announcement. What you're about to listen to may make you yell, shout, smile, and even laugh out loud. Youth baseball players, coaches, and fans join the S.L.I.D.E podcast crew on their journey to make baseball fun again. Hear stories from players of all ages, plus tips and tricks from coaches and scouts. Now, if you're ready, give us a loud play ball.
Welcome back to the S.L.I.D.E podcast. So our new intro just said for everyone to say play ball. So we all have to say it in unison, play ball. So you ready?
Okay.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Oh my God. All right. So welcome to the S.L.I.D.E podcast. I'm Coach Aaron and I am joined by our team now. So Coach Jenn, how are you doing, ma'am?
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, and manager Bryson, we got to come up with something better than that.
I know.
Well,
still haven't figured it out yet.
You know, the Bananas called manager positions like rock star, so maybe we do rock star Bryson or something like that. You can come up with something creative. And then, like, our newest member to the team, Mr. Doug. How you doing, sir? Good, so Doug Crosby. I said Mr. Doug, but. So I'll tell everyone who you are a little bit, and then I'll let you talk. But so Caden Crosby, who was on probably episode 8, 9, or 10, somewhere around in that area.
It was early.
Yeah, and Doug was one of our very first followers when we set out on this journey. So Doug he's now a part of the team. So Doug, welcome, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So. Anyway, well, we wanted to spend this episode. So what you're listening to right now was probably coming out the day before Christmas Eve. So Merry Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, hopefully you're about to get your Christmas shopping done and over with and you can relax for Christmas Eve. But if you haven't, hey, get going. I don't know what you're waiting for. Like seriously, like there was 363 days this year you could have done this. Like hurry up. And, sorry, I worked in retail for the last 25 years, so I haven't bought
the first thing.
Well, yeah, and I haven't really started yet either. So
okay, Coach Aaron.
But listen, by the time this episode's coming out, though, I should be done. So
yes.
I finished before December started.
Whoa!
How many people did you have to buy for?
I mean, it was easy. It was my mom, my sister. Yeah. I bought a total of like 5 gifts. I mean,
that sounds like just one trip to Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean,
it was one Amazon order.
One
all
Amazon
at once.
order, exactly. Yes.
Amazon primed it to my house in Bowling Springs. I said, okay, it'll be there when I get home for Christmas break. I'm good to go.
Hey, by the way, Mom, wrap it and just don't look at it. There we go.
Yeah. Just keep it in the box. You can open the box too. It's fine.
I know. Well, we're the S.L.I.D.E podcast, so we have to talk about it a little bit. Right? Mark, you're going to take that out. So we're going to talk a little bit about youth baseball. So maybe we just make this an uncensored episode and we just include all our bloopers.
I like that. I think
yeah, let's just do that. So normally we would have that little like removed out, but so what? We're just going to go with it. This is our very last episode of year 2022. So this will be bookmarking our first year, episode 28. And we wanted to take this time just to get everyone together to talk about everything that we've learned this past year, whether it's the funny moments, the embarrassing moments that I know I've had, funny moments, all this different stuff that we've learned on this podcast about Little League baseball. So anyway, so I know we just changed our intro. What does everybody think about the intro?
I'm a fan.
I like it. Huge fan.
Yeah? Well,
yeah, it definitely is attention grabbing. I like it.
Yeah, it definitely gives me more of that radio broadcast feel. So I think Mark did a great job. So thank you, Mark, for taking that on. And he threw it together like super, super quickly. So, and Mark's from the Savannah Bananas. So you may know him as Shark. He's the Savannah Bananas DJ. So anyway, so let's get right into it. So Doug, you're new to the team. You're not new to the show, which is why you're here. But we want to talk about like what our favorite moments are. So, and Doug, I'm going to let you start us because you're so new to the team and we're going to challenge your knowledge of the show in front of the entire world.
Oh man,
I'm just kidding. We're not going to ask any questions. So,
that's nerve wracking.
so hey man, what's been your favorite part of the show? So, because again, you were one of the first followers. This was initially intended to be like local only South Carolina, upstate of South Carolina, and then Bowling Springs, South Carolina, and you're in Mississippi. So tell me about it.
Obviously, my favorite part so far this year is when my kid was on the show, right? I can't go anywhere other than there for my favorite part. But as far as, man, I can remember the day I found y'all. It was like a Facebook ad somehow. I'm always looking for different podcasts, whether it's hunting podcasts that I listen to, Real Tree Outdoors and stuff like that. But that particular week, I was looking for a lot of podcasts done by different baseball coaches. And the S.L.I.D.E podcast popped up on a Facebook ad. And I think I messaged you that day and was like, hey, man, I can't find this on any on any podcast.
That's right.
Site whatsoever. Where do I have to go? And of course, you told me that y'all hadn't released y'all's first one yet, which high anticipation. I think the first one was probably my favorite one you've put out so far. I think that was the one with all the little guys, right, from the same team.
That was
team,
number two.
Number two.
Our first one was probably my most embarrassing moment, but the first one was just Coach Jenn and I with our sons, and so yeah. But we'll go with Isaac's infield for the most. Yeah.
Yes, that's probably the most memorable one for myself. I actually had my son listen to it before he did his. It went completely different than theirs did. But
hey, well, I'm gonna tell you. So those 5 kids that were on that show, I have known those kids for a while. I mean, now granted, they're only 5 or 6, and Jax, the little redheaded boy that was on the show, he started playing with me at like age 3. And I'm talking like he's like kind of the inspiration for the show because he never stopped talking. He is like he was a 3-year-old competing with his 5 and 6-year-old kids and beating them. And like he was part of the inspiration for the show. But when they walked into that room, like Jen can attest, like they wouldn't sit down in the chairs. Like Bryson, who is a big goofball just like me, and like he wouldn't even sit in the chair first. So that episode's definitely because we even did like the ESPN press conference things, and we had Gatorades by their microphones, and
that's awesome.
We tried to make it. We had pizza brought in for them after the show, and so it was a pretty big deal. So, but that was our second episode, so it was still new to us.
That was a fun one for sure. And when we had them, there's a picture of all of them, and we had them sign it.
Yep.
And I still have that. I know, Aaron, you have that, I think, hanging up in your office right there.
Yeah, I do. Yep. Yeah, that was. I changed the location and I can't reach it right now. But yeah, I keep that one like on my desk usually, just because like that's like the beginning really for us. So.
Right.
I think that's a great memory, though, of me and you and Colton and Jace sitting down at your living room table.
Oh, I know.
Now what? What do we do? What do we say? How's this supposed to go?
I don't know, like our listeners, if they felt that pressure when they listened to that episode, but Jen, like I was all about everything until we got there that day, and I locked up.
We need to re-listen to it. We should re-listen to it, and
I'm gonna have to listen to that one again to see if I can hear that now that y'all are saying all that.
Look, I had spoke at conferences with like 500 plus people. Public speaking has never been like a major issue for me, or at least over the last 10 years. But sitting down in front of that microphone, I had wrote 2 pages of notes to cover, and I just clammed up. I couldn't do it. And
we recorded the intro, like the first couple sentences, several times. It was like, okay, no, that's not good. Let me do that again.
Several is probably not even the right word. Like the outtakes of that show would probably be longer than the show.
Yeah.
Scene 2, take 476.
Look, this is a secret that nobody would ever know, because like I remember the feeling though. So Jen and I are sitting at the kitchen table, and Colton and Jace are sitting there with us, and Jace just tells everybody how it is. And like, we're like, so Jace, what is it like playing, for your dad or whatever? And he's like, what do you mean? When he like tells me to like hurry up and get off the field or something. And like, he just took like the wrong angle of what we were talking about. And I'm like, you can't say that. Like, I'm supposed to be a good coach. And you're telling everybody I'm getting on to you. Oh, I think I got embarrassed right now just talking about it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, maybe one of these days we'll release like all the outtakes because we have them all. So but they have gotten smaller and smaller though. So
one thing's definitely changed, that Coach Aaron went from being embarrassed or quiet to being the one that talks the most. That's for sure. He'll interrupt anybody in a minute, but I love you for it.
That is, she just said that, everyone. So
I
will. Sometimes you just have like this. Like, you think this is this great statement you need to make, because if you don't make it, the world's not going to change the way you want it to. And then when you go back and listen to it, you're like, what the hell was I just thinking when I said that?
Oh.
So I'm sure a lot of people look when we start releasing the videos, everyone's going to have to go and just watch Jen's body language, because when we start and we do something silly to begin with, or like I say something in the middle of recording, the first thing that happens is Jen's head, her hand hits her head and she's just like shaking her head. So it's hilarious for me.
Well, and I guess all these memories are now coming back. Like, me not having the best internet connection pops in my head. So what happens? I go sit in the closet right beside the router. I'm like, I don't have a good internet connection. So now that if we release video, it's going to be me sitting in the closet.
And drinking a beer in most cases.
And drinking a beer in most
Well, and we had this like great interview, and I want to think it was Eric from Baseball Blue Book. And like, it was a great conversation. And Eric had he had a draft beside him. We were drinking, and I was going to post the picture, but Jen sitting in the closet with the beer turned up, and I'm like, I don't know about this one. I'm not going to post this one. So Bryson, you came along a little bit later in the journey, man. What was it like to be recorded for the first time for you?
Yeah, first time was when we did the U.S.
Yeah, yeah.
That was my first episode, and I didn't say too much. I kind of sat back, and I'm kind of the same way. Like, I don't have a problem talking with anybody. Like, I'll talk to a wall if that's what's in front of me.
All right.
But, I was a little shaky. And then the next episode, what was after that? The next episode may have been Duke Baxter.
It probably was. I'd have to. I forgot.
And then, so once the Duke Baxter episode happened, that's when I really started feeling comfortable, because like Duke started asking me questions, and then, and Duke gave some of the best advice to me personally. I mean, I'm sure it was great for everybody else, but like for me personally, he gave me some of the best advice about moving forward once I graduate and stuff. I mean, that episode meant a lot more to me than just sitting on having a conversation with him. Because he really, and we stay in touch still to this day, because
that's awesome.
He gave some really good advice to me then. And then
that was about coaching and you going on and coaching and stuff like that, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and
he's showing he listened to a few episodes.
That's right. And so, when I was talking to him, or when I asked him a simple question, and he went so in depth, and I was like, yeah, this guy's got it. He was. If anybody that's listening to this episode hasn't heard the episode with Duke Baxter, you'll want to run through a brick wall after you listen to it, just because. That's just his energy.
Dude,
he was.
You can see determination in his eyes.
Yeah, always. Always.
I remember the first time, I was watching and I'm scrolling through and learning about this whole baseball youth thing on Instagram and stuff. And I think he was one of the first that I found. And I'm telling you, he had me wanting to go coach right now.
Yeah.
And he's just got that energy. You can feel the passion from his eyes, and you don't have to ever meet this guy, and he knows what he's talking about. So, Duke,
and he makes you believe it.
Yeah.
That's the
and
thing.
Mark was great too, from U.S. Elite. He
was also very good.
Yeah.
He was. Because at the time he was supposed to come to Columbia that coming up weekend, and then weather banged out the tournament. But yeah, I mean, he was like, yeah, like hit me up when I'm there, like come to the field and talk. And I was like, my gosh, like what am I becoming a part of over here? Like, I mean, I'm making all these. I mean, I knew you told me and you talked on the phone for hours, multiple days before I ever completely started. And you told me, you're like, dude, the connections are crazy. The connections are crazy. In a matter of 2 weeks, I was like, whoa, like this is nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. The network of baseball, that I'll tell you, that's when we talk about like lessons learned and things that I've learned over the past year. First of all, making a podcast is a business. Like there ain't no two ways about it. Like to set up a podcast, everything that takes. I think I could go open a retail establishment without having to put as much work into it as what I've had to do with the podcast. And it's crazy. But then the baseball family, like, you know, in working, I guess we can say in this world, like you can understand why baseball is more than just a sport. Like everybody like loves everyone. Like there's some great relationships that you just build, and, you know, people are excited to have new people in their network. So, I mean, that sounds kind of like corporate-y, but like literally the baseball network is pretty phenomenal because everyone out there wants to help you. Everyone out there, their goal is to help you get better. And that's what the show, the message of the show is. Let's help you get better, give you resources.
And that's what's so crazy about like this compared to, like you're saying, like the corporate, like this compared to like corporate America, you know, you have connections, but at the same time, like people are also coming for your throat and coming for your job at all times. And like in the baseball world, it's like everybody is wanting everybody around them to rise with them. They're not wanting anybody to be left behind. I mean, that's what makes it so great.
But still the reality of that is everybody is still coming for your job. Because even if I don't follow Major League Baseball as much as I should, but Jock Peterson, Freddie Freeman, whoever, like there's someone fighting for their job right now, but they're still willing to help and support. And like, I don't know, baseball's pretty awesome. What's up, Caden? Caden Crosby has now joined the show. How are you doing, sir?
I can see your gums.
You got to speak though. Remember? Hello. All right. So Jen, I got to ask you this. What was your funniest moment of the show?
Oh, you got to put me on the spot. Funniest moment? Oh my God.
Because we've had some really good laughs on this show. Like, and you may, honestly, what I've done is I just pulled up all of our shows and looked through them, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was great. Oh, that was great. That was so awesome.
Well, I'm going to have to do that then too.
Yeah. Well, here I'll help you. So I think from my perspective, it's like when I think about the hardest part about this show is you and I planned for a few months before we started recording, and we thought these kids were just going to come in guns blazing and like their persona was just going to take over the world. And we found that it was a challenge sometimes to get people to talk. And Caden, you were one of those.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Caden. Do you remember recording with us?
Yes. Do you remember?
You got to say yes. Yes. But that's what we found out, though. It was a challenge to get some of these, you know, young athletes, because you and I went through it, you know, our first episode, and then we're just expecting all these kids just to hop on and tell us all this stuff. But that was pressure because we had a few episodes that we had to pull.
Really funny. You know who's really funny is River. River is hilarious.
River's a good one.
This dry sense of humor, and we may have had to edit out a couple of things from that episode that he said. Like I don't exactly remember, but I feel like he like just off the cuff would say stuff, and we're like, okay, all right, River.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. He just spent the night here last night, so he spent the night with Jace. But
I love it.
He is a character. He is
funny.
That's the cool part about the show, though, is you get to see these little personalities. And
what about the young softball player, Jen, in the softball episode? The real young girl. Now she was fiery.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, I followed
Riley. Is it Riley?
Yeah, Riley.
Riley.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's way younger than everybody else, but man, she wasn't afraid to say anything.
No, she wouldn't. Like, she kept us
She was
all on
the
our
real deal.
toes.
Yeah.
Have you kept up with her much, Aaron?
A little bit. Not as much in the last month or so, but I mean, not as much as I probably should have, like I have with some of the other guests, but we'll definitely connect back. And I think, and I even told her mom this, is like, we're going to give her own show, whether it's on the S.L.I.D.E podcast or in 2023, the S.L.A.P podcast, which is going to be our remember that, Jen?
Of course I do.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
do. So our plans in 23 is to develop the S.L.A.P podcast as well. So, like, you imagine the S.L.A.P hitter, but there's an acronym for it. And we're going to let you think on it and try to figure out what that acronym might be. But so she'll either be a guest on the S.L.I.D.E or the S.L.A.P. We ain't figured it out yet.
And I tell you what, Jen won't say this for herself, but that softball episode that she came up with, that was a legit episode. That episode was really cool. I mean, you got everything from Riley, a young little girl, to then you have high school players and all in between. And then you have a girl or a young woman who everybody knows from the College World Series, and Bella Dayton on the show. I mean, that episode had a lot of people. It had a lot of good stuff. The coach, which coach was on that one? Steinman. Coach Steinman was on that one. I mean, there was that episode had a lot of big names and names that people were going to know later on too.
Well, you know what's funny?
My favorite episode for sure was the softball episode. I'm a little partial.
Of course.
To go back and listen to it again.
Yeah, go back and listen to it. But what was funny, so Addison Wheeler, who was on the show she's from Bowling Springs, like maybe it was a month later, she played on the softball youth elite team. And so softball youth is through athletes out of Louisville, Kentucky. They were down in Spartanburg, South Carolina, running a softball tournament, which was for their elite team, and Addison was on that team. So, and it's funny because I've been talking with athletes about coming on the show, and Tabor and Shelby both are going to come on, but like, they knew who Addison was. And that was very cool to have her on our show as, a middle schooler, I guess.
Yeah.
And then her end up to be on the elite team. So, and then plus the girls in Jersey, like, it's only a matter of time when those girls actually are playing like pro ball or college ball at least. So, because I just envision the world of softball, like, one day softball is going to find its way into the major league type category, and it's just going to beat the MLB. Like,
man, I'll tell you what, I'd much rather watch that than I would Major League Baseball. It's so much more fast paced. It's a lot of fun.
It's fun, man. The Women's College World Series, when it comes around, it's like I'm
glued to the TV.
Yeah.
Well,
it's kind of crazy
so fast.
how like now you got the WNBA that's made it to ESPN. So you have the NBA and the WNBA now. It's like, how much time before you get softball? Because
you can find some softball. You can find some softball pro stuff like a week or two or about a month after the World Series ends on like some of the ESPNU channels.
So we're talking College World Series or Major League World Series?
Well, so the softball World Series. So about a week or two after that, I was still watching some of the pro teams on like ESPNU, because I was thinking like, what am I watching? And it was teams I had never heard of before, but turns out it was the pro ball version for softball.
Really? Again, I thought it was the Olympics, and that was really it. But that's awesome. Hopefully that'll grow and turn into something big.
Well, I think that's the biggest issue. Yeah. Because even listening to Bella talk, look at there. I'm interrupting you. Jen, I stopped. Go ahead.
I wouldn't know what I was going to say is like Monica Abbott. She was a professional player. She was in the Olympics. And then she actually, I'm not positive. I don't want to like go on the record saying that she currently plays for Japan, but she went to Japan and started playing for their national team because there just wasn't enough opportunities in the States. She went to University of Tennessee and was a pitcher there. Yep. Went on to play for the Olympics, the Olympic team, and now she's in Japan.
Is she the one that's always at the they do the big slow pitch softball celebrity game before the All-Star game in Major League Baseball. Is she the one that's there? Or is there
There's always a softball pitcher that is always.
Jenny Finch.
Yes, that's it. Jenny
Finch. That's her. That's the one
Jenny
that's always
Finch is
there.
the blonde. Yeah, I mean,
Yes, that's her.
she's all in the world of softball. She's got kids that play. Like she's all up in it. Monica's she's dark headed. I think I looked it up the other day. I think she's like 6 foot or 6'2". She's a tall lady. But
it's Jenny. I'm thinking of Jenny Finch. I'm sorry. She's at the last couple of years I've watched the All-Star game for Major League Baseball. She's been in the celebrity slow pitch softball game playing.
Yeah. Man, to go to something like that would be wow.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Hey, well, you know what? Why not? Look, if you're listening out there right now, Jen, look, this is our plea. Look, softball, Major League, College World Series, professional Major League. Look, we just want to come.
Well,
we can interview some people while we're there.
Something that we talked about this year, Aaron, was going to the Women's College World Series next year.
Yes, we did.
2023. And
yes,
I've looked at tickets every year, and every year they go up and they go up and they go up. It's thousands. I mean, you can probably get a Disney World cheaper than you can go to the Women's College World Series at this point.
Look, that's a big deal. When you enter Disney into that conversation, that's a large price point right there.
Money.
Thousands. If you talk about airplane, hotel, and tickets, it's
where we
crazy.
go. Where would it be? Where are we going? It's not Omaha. Where is it at?
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma. Okay, Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see. Because Jen, I still say we're going until it gets here, and we're not there. We're going. So we're going to rely on some of our listeners and some of our future sponsors to put us there. But I think we're going.
I tell you what. Hopefully before that, y'all can get out to Omaha off of. If we make it, I'll have tickets and. You definitely will make it out there.
There we go.
Hopefully, if we're going to speak stuff into existence now, senior year, I need to go to Omaha, and then right. I'll leave Omaha and go straight to Oklahoma City with y'all.
There we go. And then
just remember the road to Omaha runs through Mississippi.
I knew that was coming. I was waiting on it. I can honestly say I watched Ole Miss. Ole Miss came to Columbia last year, and we beat them in a series 2 out of 3, and they went and won the College World Series. That's the second year in a row that's happened to us. We beat the team that won the College World Series 2 years in a row.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was Mississippi State the year before that. So
yeah, and we beat Mississippi State in Columbia that year.
It's just funny how sports work. Bryson, you were good, but you just wasn't good enough.
Exactly.
You got to coach a little harder. 100%. Manage a little harder.
Oh.
Manage a little harder. Hey, when you're in the dugout, because you're in the dugout with these guys, right?
Yeah.
You give them pep talks and be like, look, get your. I started to say a bad word. Get your tail out there and let's get a hit. You ever say that?
Depending on who it is, like. You're around these guys enough, who's going to look at you and punch you in the face if you say something to them. And right. You know who you can hey, come on, man. Let's go. Like you said, get your head out of your butt and let's go.
Yeah.
You know who you can say that to and you know who you can't. But I definitely do because I'm as passionate as anybody. I mean, I'm not afraid to say something. I don't care if I don't actually play. I'm in that dugout. I'm at practice every day. I know what goes on. So right. Sometimes I'll let it eat a little bit, and they know I don't mean it I'll be hanging out with them after the game.
Right.
It ain't in a bad way, but sometimes these guys get so down on themselves, and just like we talk about, tie it all back in, just like we talk about with little leaguers, it's the fear of failure, and it's the same way in college baseball. They're just older. It's the same exact way, and I tell them dude, listen. Do you know how good you are? I'm not trying to make your head grow 10 sizes. Your head's already big enough. You don't need that. But at the same time, you are on scholarship playing in the best conference of college baseball in the world. You're good. Just believe
hold
that.
on. I got to ask you, is the SEC the best conference in college baseball?
Down.
Hands down, there is zero question.
Because obviously, if you guys are Gamecocks and Mississippi State fans, you're going to say they're the best conference in football as well.
They are also the best in football.
They are
But
also the best in
but
football.
but even more in baseball. Like every year,
More in
there's at
baseball.
least
I don't
100%
know
more.
about that. Come on.
I promise you,
Man,
there's
I-
at
Come on.
least.
Come on.
I agree.
let's
I
just
agree.
talk about it
But
for a
look,
second. We got who's the last
Carolina?
three College
They have a
World
baseball
Series
team
winners?
there?
Vanderbilt.
oh my
Mississippi
gosh,
State,
I'm not
Ole
even
Miss.
talking. I'm just comparing like ACC. ACC.
Yeah, they're-
and SEC.
ACC is good in baseball. I'll give it to them, but I mean, at the
Hurricanes?
same time,
Oh, shut up.
at the same time as Doug was saying, Doug, say it again so they could hear you.
What'd you
Last
Last
three.
3 years, College World Series winners: Vanderbilt, SEC, Mississippi State, SEC, Ole Miss. Got some
SEC.
dudes down here in the South.
Who's the dude on Vanderbilt? Andrew Jones' son, right? Drew Jones?
Yeah, he just
He'll be there
committed.
this
He
year.
committed, but he went second in the draft, so he's not
Oh
going.
yeah, no, he
Who-
didn't
who
even go to
picked him?
college. Yeah,
Who picked him? Do we know?
Oh,
it was who the
was it
second
the
pick
Orioles?
was.
Was it Orioles?
Maybe.
Oh, bless
So
his
Matt
heart.
Holliday's son went first, and then Drew Jones went second.
I
So
watched.
he's not even going to go to college. He's just going to go
No.
straight to the pros.
No, he
Yeah,
signed for millions, Jen. Like
Yeah, I think it was.
millions.
I think it was $7 million just for signing bonus
I'm
or
gonna have to look
whatever.
him up.
Yeah,
So he's what, 17, 18 years old?
17,
Yeah.
18, and he's a millionaire. Yes.
So
That's really
Usually the
Arizona
way it
Diamondbacks. He's on the Diamondbacks.
okay, then the Orioles picked first. They picked Matt Holliday's son. I can't think of his name right now either.
I watched an interview with Matt Holliday and his son. It was a really good interview. Like it was like because you got to hear like from the MLB All Pro guy, and then how he talked about his son, and you can tell his son had to work for that. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
given to him.
I mean, and he literally just had his first major league hit. It was his first major league at bat because he's like in like rookie ball or whatever, and they're already some of them are already out there. And his first at bat was a ground rule double to dead center. It's like okay,
Which one?
Who was that?
Holiday or
Holiday.
Holiday.
I mean, he's a shortstop.
What's his first
Jackson
name?
Holiday.
Jackson.
Holiday.
Jackson. That's it. Yeah.
There we go. Hey, it was impressive.
Yeah.
What
I'm
about
telling
Jones' son? What position does he play?
Isn't he?
Outfield,
Is
I
he?
think.
I think he's an
So,
outfielder
yeah,
like his dad.
I don't, man. He was so I think he was
I
drafted
got
as a
him right
hitter
here.
and an outfielder, but he was also throwing mid-90s off the mound too. So
Yeah, All American outfielder.
okay.
Yeah, he was the number 2 overall pick of the Arizona Diamondbacks in the 22 draft.
And Holiday was first to the
Like,
Orioles. Yeah, it's nuts.
He was hitting bombs in Vanderbilt. like-
yeah, no, he never made it.
No,
to
he never
Vanderbilt.
went to Vanderbilt. He was
Wait a
going.
minute.
He went to a private college in Atlanta. Not private college.
High
excuse me.
school.
Really?
High, in
Because
Yeah.
I saw some pictures of him attached. He was committed to Vanderbilt.
he was
I guess,
committed
right?
to Vanderbilt. Yes.
So they
Yeah.
must have been using some of his high school footage for
Yes.
some of their
And
clips or
the,
something.
The team jerseys were very similar. I think they were gold and green whenever I watched some of his
Okay.
videos.
Mhm.
But a couple times they were. I know in the state championship they were chanting to him overrated, and then he put
And
one
he
like
hit a
430.
nuke.
I watched
Yeah.
that one. I saw that one. Hey, I loved Andrew Jones. That's
Me
like in
too.
my time and era
Me
of
too.
baseball right
Yeah,
there.
mine too.
Yeah.
That
Like-
was when I first really started watching baseball heavy, and I'm a huge Braves fan. And Andrew Jones and Chipper Jones, those were the two guys. Like I was like 7 and 8 years old, like idolizing them. Those were
Well,
my
I
two.
remember watching Chipper play in a AAA game in Charlotte with the Charlotte Knights. Like
That's cool.
many years ago, because it was very rare for us. Because my dad and hell, I think it was just my dad. My dad was a big Braves fan because I always followed Canseco wherever he went. My brother followed Will Clark everywhere he went. So my dad was always like the Braves fan. So that TBS was every night.
Yeah.
But I do remember like we went to Charlotte to watch Chipper play in a minor league game because we had heard of this kid. Like he was going to be big, and so we wanted to watch him. And I want to say he was, I can't remember, it was the Richmond Braves maybe at the time was a AAA team, but they
So
were
he didn't
playing.
play for the Knights. He played for the Braves, or is that the game you're talking
Well,
about?
no, he wasn't playing for the Knights.
He was playing against the Knights,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it was like the Richmond Braves against the Charlotte Knights,
Okay,
and so we went just to watch Chipper play.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's cool.
that makes
Like,
me feel
My wife-
that makes me feel old.
No,
My
that's,
wife
that's
saw-
like in the
my
good
wife was-
Braves days.
My wife was at Turner Field the night he hit his 400th home run.
Really?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, so I was at Fulton County Stadium the day they clinched their first playoff in like 1989 or 90. So when they clinched their playoff, like my dad had bought us tickets to go see the Braves, and this was Fulton County Stadium.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to Fulton County?
No.
No, I haven't.
Like,
Turner Field, but
oh my goodness. It was across the bridge away from Atlanta. And so there was a guy at our very first this was our first baseball game. So this was our first experience at big city because we're country guys. Like we grew up in, like, I had a pig pen in my backyard, right? So, so this dude's in the parking lot. And he's got a trash bag over his legs, and he's like wheeling across the parking lot, and he's asking for money. And so again, we're country guys. We're in the big city of Atlanta, and so my dad, I think, actually gives him some money. And then, like, later on, we see him going across the parking lot, and this fool gets right up out of his his darn wheelchair, and like starts walking across the parking lot. So that I'm gonna tell you, that was my biggest memory of that game. But then we went to the game, of course, and we got to see him, clinch like first playoff berth and all that good stuff. But it was in old school, like Fulton County Stadium. That was awesome.
Man, that's crazy. I have a really similar story. So my dad, when I was young, had cancer. We used to always go to MD Anderson, and we would go to an Astros game every time we were there. So the first time we went was in the Astrodome, and the very exact same thing. We're from Podunk, Mississippi, not a very big town, one street light kind of thing, and going into the Astrodome, or either at our hotel, I can't remember, there was somebody asking for money. Same scenario. My dad gave him a little bit of money. Hour later, we see the guy walking across the parking lot.
Oh my God.
This is terrible. That's crazy.
Look,
yeah.
And that's not a career change. So for all of our listeners out there, if you're young, that's not a good thing to do for your career. Oh my goodness. That's funny that we got similar stories like that. I went to another Braves game, and we'll get back on the S.L.I.D.E podcast in a minute, but I went to another Braves game like probably 4 years later. It was when Canseco went to the Tampa Bay. Is it Devil Rays?
Devil Rays, yeah.
Devil Rays.
Yeah.
For some reason, that didn't sound right. So he went to the Devil Rays. They were playing an inter-conference game. It was like when that first started. So I got to see Canseco play like at home, in Atlanta for the first time. So my buddy and I, we go to the game, or we're getting out in our, $25 parking lot at the time. And this guy comes up scalping tickets, and he's like, hey, we got these tickets. They're in main level club area or something. And so we buy and we exchange tickets. So he charges us a certain amount. I can't remember what that amount was, but then we gave him our tickets. He gave us his tickets. We go in, and the lady scans it, and she was like, oh, Lord, these are not real tickets. And she was like, I'm going to let you guys sit there in case the real seat owners come in, but these are counterfeit tickets. And I was like, are you kidding? I can't catch a break. Like, really? So, but luckily enough, we got to stay there I think we may have to move like one seat backward or something, but we were right behind home plate, and Canseco didn't have a good game, but still, I remember that. So that's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Lessons learned, right? So, Jen, you have any embarrassing moments on the show?
I was embarrassed for you a couple times.
Oh, my. See, I knew you were going to do that. I wrote that question down, and I was like, she's going to talk about me. So what was those moments?
No, just like you said earlier, just me like, what is he doing? And we talked about like dancing, or if you tried to do a really cool intro and it just didn't really go very well. But I tell you what, the first thing that popped to my mind was when I kept calling Bella. What did I keep calling her?
You kept calling her Riley, didn't you?
Yeah, Riley.
You just got them two
I was
confused.
like, stop. You've got like this superstar on the podcast right now, and I keep at least 3 or 4 different times I called her by the wrong name. I was like, geez, what is going on here? So I was very embarrassed during that moment. Joel did a good job of editing that stuff out because I did listen to it back afterwards. But I kept calling her by the wrong name.
I remember that because you and I talked after we were done recording, and you were like, I kept calling her the wrong name. And I was like, well, I heard it a few times, but I just kind of just played it off.
It was
See, I listened to it that night. I listened to it that night before Joel did all the editing on it. And I was like, Jen never does this. Never does Jen do this.
I guess I was nervous. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I would have to say Bella's probably our biggest guest.
Yeah,
that we've had. She's our headliner. She's one of them at least.
Yeah.
But
and I didn't call her by the right name.
I know it. Look, I mess up all kind of intros, but you could at least get a guest, right, Jen? Come on.
Never again.
You know what I have heard though is I have heard the chemistry between you and I is what makes the show kind of special. And I think that's because people know that I say a bunch of silly stuff and you're there to repair the damage. So,
so let me tell you, when Coach Aaron started this idea, so I have an office of, I'm a physical therapist. So I have my office, and he was like, yeah, I'll meet you over at your office. We'll get together and we'll talk. Well, he comes in, I don't know him from Adam.
I don't know this story, but this is fun.
You remember coming to the office though, right?
100%. Yes.
Okay. So he's got a big dip in his mouth, right? Oh. A real thing right here. And he sits down with his notebook of notes, and I'm like, oh God, what am I getting myself into? But we had the best conversation. I really think that day we were just like, I really think that this can work. This can be.
Y'all didn't know each other at all?
No, we didn't. Well, we had a phone conversation. We had a phone conversation and a few texts exchanged, but it really before we came to everyone met at the house for that first day of recording, we really didn't know each other. Even that day at the office, I remember parking and walking into your office thinking here we go. This is it.
It's funny because the way my office sits, there's a big window. So I can see people as they park and as they walk in, and I don't know whether to look or don't look, or do I make eye contact and wave and be like, oh yeah, come on in, you're in the right place. But
she was hoping I was going to the place beside her, I think.
I hope he's going to the bagel shop. But I still have the notes from our phone conversation. We talked for a good while.
Yeah, we did.
I still have the notes where we have I can probably look back and see our aspirations because it's coming up on a year. I feel like it was February.
Yeah, maybe. It was. Yeah.
So we had D2 is the local little league that is in our town, and so I think that's maybe how my name got thrown out there. Because
you were a coach.
Rising, yep. We were on a thread together, and I think maybe Danny thought, well, Aaron's crazy enough and Jen's crazy enough. Let's get them together, and she would be good for this. So I think that's kind of how my name came up.
Yeah.
But I know, even just with my business, I've given thought to doing a podcast on my own. So I was like, this will be a good place to start. And then little did I know that my dreams might be here and Aaron's are up there. So it's really worked out well.
I have learned in life, the worst you can be told is no.
That's right.
That's it. And your ability to react to that no sets you up for your future. That's it. And I would say in for young kids, and River was just here last night. He didn't make the travel team that he played on last year, but I heard him telling Jace about it. And he was like, yeah, I didn't make it, but I'm trying out for this other team. And it's the same kind of concept, is just you know what? Worst case scenario, people just don't like it. But you know what, Jen? We can just keep on doing this, and it doesn't matter if people don't like it, because, hey, as long as we keep paying for it, we can just keep putting it out there. And we'll hope that people like Doug just stay attached to us.
That's right.
What's not to like? I don't understand.
I don't know. Hey, Doug, so let me ask you a question. So what stuck out to you, as a podcast listener, what made you think that this was something that would be interesting to follow?
I think a lot of it had to do with the conversation that we had and you saying that you wanted to have mostly the young kids talking on the podcast about their experience and how much they love the sport. I know one of my passions is growing the sport as much as I can. Even, at home, I'm the guy that everybody kind of text messages and asks what to buy, where to go, how to get involved. And the way that y'all were going to spread that joy with the kids through a podcast, I thought was really cool. So I really wanted to try to be as big of a part of that as I could. I guess it just kind of, hopefully it's going to continue to grow and I can be a pretty large part of it.
Well, that's it. I mean, I think what you and I both have learned through our coaching days of youth baseball and as well as Coach Jenn, like parents just want to know what to do best for their kids. Right. And as long as we can supply them with a little bit of information just to help them to get better just a little bit every day, we've accomplished something. So, and honestly, like I feel like in looking at the year and how we've done, hey, you know what? I think there's so much room for improvement, but I think we've done all right. I've gotten used to listening to my voice.
Yeah,
like, beforehand, I couldn't listen to my voice.
He wouldn't listen to the episode afterwards. He'd be texting me the next day. Did you listen to it? Did it sound okay? I'm like, dude, you got to listen to it.
That's terrible. I remember plugging in the microphones for the first time and listening to my voice through my headphones, and I couldn't do it. So I've grown a lot. And that's the same for every listener out there. If you're still listening to us right now, like if you think it's hard, it's going to get harder, but you got to push. You got to push through it and don't let anyone tell you can't do it, because I think we've probably heard some naysayers, right, Jen? We've probably heard a few people that may have said, we don't know about that, but we've pushed right through it. And I think 2023, that's crazy to say that year number. Like,
I know.
I feel like we should be in Back to the Future, like, talking to Doc about what the future looks like. But 2023, the slide is going to be very relevant. So it's going to be a big year for us.
Got some big things coming for sure.
Yeah. And you know what, Bryson? We can't tell everybody about them. And
exactly. That's what makes it even better.
I know. Because like everyone listening right now, they're going to hear everything and they're going to be like, dang, what are they talking about?
I don't know yet. Oh, I do know. Wait, never mind. I just can't tell you.
Yeah, we can't tell them yet. And so,
I know.
You know what? That's the biggest lesson that I learned in podcast world is because like I would go into every episode as if it's a surprise. But reality is they've already seen the name of the guest that's going to be on the show. They've already known who we're talking to. So there's no surprise in the podcast world. But I bet you there's a surprise waiting right now. So who knows? Maybe good things are coming for the S.L.I.D.E podcast. I don't know. Anyway, so all right. So biggest lessons learned. So Bryson, you've been a part of the show for a while now. Your first introduction to us was being on TV. So like, what's your biggest lesson learned from the show?
First time we ever all met in person was on TV. That was that's insane. I had never met either one of you in person. But hey, I'm going to be on this commercial with you guys, and we're going to be on TV, and we're all three going to be together, and we all act like we've known each other forever. When in reality, outside of a TV, a computer screen, we never met. Right. So yeah, that was cool. But I think the biggest thing for me... I don't
think I realized that. I thought maybe that you guys knew each other.
No, we didn't.
The way I got connected to the S.L.I.D.E in general is I called my mom while I was working in Gastonia with the Honey Hunters. And I called my mom, and she was in a parent-teacher conference with Aaron and his wife about their son Jace, because my mom is Jace's teacher. My mom picks up the phone. Next thing you know, me and Aaron get on the phone, and we're like, yeah, we got the same dreams. Let's go. So that's how we connected.
It's funny. It seriously is so serendipity.
I just happened to call my mom while he was in her room.
Yeah, and that day, like we all rode together.
Yeah.
Yes, we
yeah,
did.
we did.
No,
QT.
I completely thought that you all knew each other.
No.
Like,
No.
for years. Yeah.
No.
No. And that's the thing. Our like the chemistry between everybody, that's been pretty cool to see. It's like we really haven't known each other that long, and it all works. And people think we've known each other for years. But I think the biggest thing I've learned is not as much like being on the podcast as much as like the back end of the podcast. Like, you know, like me and or like we've all talked about, like you're talking to people, you're you know, we're in the point at where we're at now. We're trying to get sponsorships and things of that nature, and that's just a whole nother world. I mean, this part is, it's not easy, but it's definitely not the hardest part of what we do.
Right.
I mean, it's all the other stuff, all the social media, and it's like trying to stay on top of all that. And, you know, y'all go to work every day. I go to school. Like, the biggest thing I've learned more than anything is, holy crap, this ain't easy. Yeah. It's fun, but it ain't easy.
That's right.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of late nights.
Yeah.
On social media, scheduling posts, because I mean, who's up like you and I at 2:00 in the morning? Not too many.
Nobody.
People.
I mean,
like
Doug is
already in dreams.
About the next day.
I know. Doug is in dreams. Jen's been asleep at 2 or 3 o'clock, and she's been asleep for about 8 hours already.
Jen's probably about to wake up and like go to the gym or something.
No, I take my sleep very seriously.
Yeah, you do.
I am not up late. No.
But
yeah, I mean, the amount of brainstorming me and you have done it past midnight is, God, it's crazy to think about. How many late nights we're just like, what's next? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that?
That's why Coach Aaron said that it's owning a business. It's another full-time job. It's not just getting on a microphone and starting to talk at all.
Yeah. Because I mean, if you stop in social media for 3 or 4 days and you don't post, you become irrelevant to the equation.
Yep.
Like figuring out the algorithms and all of this other stuff and hashtags and oh my gosh. Like, I mean,
I remember when I was like, well, the first time I got on the phone with Aaron, he was like trying to give me a sales pitch to join. And I was like, and by the end of the conversation, I was like, dude, quit with the sales pitch. I want to do this. Like, you don't have to give me a sales pitch. I want to do this. But I'm in. I promise you.
But that's where this show falls for me. Is it came off to you as a sales pitch, and I like that. But it was just true heart and passion around.
100%.
Like what we were trying to do. And like Caden, I see you right now, dude. You see me? Yeah? Okay. All right. So Caden Crosby's joined us again. But I want an ESPN network of kids sports broadcasters. Like, the future of what I see the S.L.I.D.E is kids doing FaceTime videos at the park, telling us how the games are going, like telling us what's going on in the world of youth baseball, and kids really building their confidence and, just learning how to navigate in the world today. Because, oh my God, if we don't prepare our kids for what's coming, like it's a different world than what we grew up in. And so my goal is to help these kids build their confidence, know that when they have a bad game, that who cares?
Because there's another game.
That's right. And until you're earning a paycheck for that game, like, it's just practice. Until you're earning a paycheck, it's practice. Mm-hmm. And too many times and too many parents and coaches think that one game means everything, but until you're earning a paycheck, it's practice. And I'm gonna tell you, dude, like, that's what I've learned the most out of this show is, like, we take too many of these great moments for granted. Like, we should celebrate every single thing that we possibly can for these kids, whether they get that ring or they don't. Like, you're winners. Like, you're competing at a I started hear that elite level. See, we would normally edit that out, but in this episode, we're not.
Not tonight.
You're competing at an elite level.
Yeah. And, I was like, the crazy thing is it was probably not even, it was a few weeks before me and you got in touch. I was talking to my parents and I was like, I want to do something. Like we were talking about when I graduate, because I was going into my senior year and like I'm in the middle of it now. And I was talking to them about like next steps. And I was like, I want to do something that impacts people. Like,
right.
But I want it to be baseball related. And I was like, my dream, my passion has always been baseball. I said, and like you were saying, it's not all about, you need to have fun while playing and stuff. Like I would do anything to be able to play ball again. But I mean, I realize I'm not. So I'm to the point where I want to be able to give back. And, I talked to my parents about like giving back in like just our community. Because I didn't think of like this way that I could possibly be a part of something like what the S.L.I.D.E has turned into. That's all over the country now. Like people listen to it everywhere. Like, I mean, we have Doug with us in Mississippi. Like, that's awesome. Like, I never thought in a million years that. And so once you called, it was like, man, like, there's no, like, this is it. This is exactly what I wanted to do. Like, it was just perfect timing for me. Cause I was like really not down in the dumps, but in a way down in the dumps about like, man, I want to be able to give back in the sports world and like, especially in my community, but I'm an hour and a half away at school. Like, it's hard for me to do that. Like, and this has now made it a way to do that and be able to talk to kids that are growing up playing this. I mean, I wish I was their age, being able to be on a podcast like this. Like, that would have been awesome. I would have talked about it for a year. I mean,
they do.
It's awesome to see.
Caden, how old are you, Caden? Caden's still with us now. Caden, how old are you?
7.
7, and he's on a podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a pretty big
that's
deal.
awesome.
Yeah.
You go to school, you can tell your friends about that. You're the cool guy around school for a few days for that one. Like,
are you the cool guy around school because you're on the podcast?
Hey, but you know what? It's that tenderness that like makes the show special, right? Because these kids don't realize the moments that are going by in their lives right now, and we're trying to like put the pause button on it to say, like, realize how special this is. Like at some point in your life, whether you're playing in the MLB, which most of these kids' dreams and aspirations are for, you're going to look back on this, hopefully, and be able to listen to this with your grandkids, kids. I don't want to date everybody, but you're going to be able to listen to this and say, this was when I was 7 years old. And that's pretty crazy. So just for playing Little League baseball. So, why not? Hey, what's your favorite?
The greatest sport.
What's your favorite episode, Jen?
Oh, well,
Softball?
Yeah, the softball episode. She said that earlier.
Yeah, I'll give a second favorite though.
Okay.
Banana Jeopardy, the Jeopardy episode.
With Grayson,
really yeah, that was really fun. With Grayson, because I mean he just took over. It wasn't like we had to coax him or anything. He just took over and came up with the questions, and that was a really fun one. Lots of laughs in that one too.
Yeah, they were. And I remember that episode because I remember how much stress I was under. Like, to get all the bananas here, the Banana Babes, and Lauren and Mandolin, thank you very much. Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
I think they answered more questions than Malachi did, and they were on his team. So I'm sorry, Malachi. You're super fast, but you didn't answer all those questions fast.
The questions about like Field of Dreams that nobody else knew the answer.
I know, but like there was so much planning that went into that episode, and to have it all come together, that was a super fun episode because like we got Dakota. He's in like who knows where, Georgia. I apologize for Dakota. I can't remember where Dakota was from, but like he's a good old country boy like me. And then you got Dalton Cornett, who's out in the middle of nowhere in Kentucky in Peppa Passes. That's the name of a town, Peppa Passes. And it was just cool to have us all together at the same time and then talk about baseball. Like that was a stressful episode, but very fun though. Grayson did a phenomenal job.
He did.
Like he was the Alex Trebek of that one. So
yeah, he took it over. He just completely took the reins and
yeah.
That was a really fun one. I think I laughed more in that one than most.
I think I like the Funky Monkeys episode because of the amount of surprises that we had for them.
Yeah.
So when Breland hopped in, Dalton hopped in, Coach Firo hopped in. Who else? Was there anybody else? Someone was before Coach Firo, I believe, but I apologize because I'm forgetting right now. But that was a super fun episode because I could tell it was Chris, the coach. He was there with us for the Funky Monkeys, and I could tell in his body language that he was shocked because we didn't tell anyone. We didn't tell anyone that those banana players were coming on that show. So that was a fun episode. Like, I live my life in shock and awe. So whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, shock and awe is what you get from me.
I know you were really excited about that one because, they would pop in and like surprise the kids. And yeah, that was a fun one for all of us.
So
to me,
Aaron,
it's
is
about
that one your favorite, you think? You got to have a favorite one too.
I do got to have a favorite one. I'm looking through right now. Episode 28 is what we're on right now. That's crazy. I think Megan and Matt Wolf, when we had those guys on, that was pretty funny because Megan was like, she was funny. Like I was actually wondering if I needed to censor a couple of those parts in that episode just because Megan was like somebody dropping his pants and, we were like, that was funny. I don't even remember what we said, but the underclassmen, that was pretty awesome with Caden and Asher Parker. I remember, oh my gosh, Felix, the home run kid. Yeah, still when he rapped in that episode when we were talking about walkout songs, and I told him I didn't know the song he was talking about, and he like rapped the whole lyric, like that whole verse. That was pretty awesome because he felt comfortable in this with us. See, that's what happens when you're recording live. Is you oh well, whatever. What else?
One of the recent ones that made a big impact on me was Ben from Warstick.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was nervous. I was nervous for that. Yeah.
It was intense because I don't know if anybody listening knows like the Daily Stoic, but that's what he reminded me of. Like just being on a path and knowing who you are and what you stand for and going after that day after day after day. So things like that really resonate with me because of being a business owner. I sometimes have to I grind day after day after day. And then, I feel like he's the same way. It's just like, how can we make an impact on the community? How can we build this brand to really stand out amongst others? And yeah, that was an intense episode, but he's an intense guy.
He is.
I really enjoyed that one too. I need to listen back to that one for sure.
Yeah.
An episode that I haven't even mentioned that I kind of forgot about, but that I really do love is when I was able to get two of my best friends to come on the show to play baseball for North Greenville, and River was on the show. And I think River was on that show, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah. And River was asking them questions, and then Dawson giving a little insight about me, and
the pranks you pulled.
Yeah, the things I did. Him saying I'll argue with a stop sign, like him going on and on. Like that episode meant a lot to me just because they heard me talk. Like my friends have heard me talk about it, and they were able to be on it. And actually, I hung out with Dawson the other night, and he brought it up.
Oh, yeah?
And I was like, dang. I was like, like those guys enjoyed doing that. Like both of his parents texted me. Like they loved it. And both of Dawson's parents and John Mike's dad texted me. And that was a cool episode for me, getting two of my best friends to be able to come on a show and like kind of pull it all together. And since they are national champions, I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about. Like when me and you were talking about it, we titled the show, and it's like, wait, two of my best friends are actually College World Series national champions.
That's right.
Wow. you know. So that episode meant a lot to me for sure.
You know what? Now that I look through all the episodes, Jen, and you're this is going to just pop in your mind, but the episode that I stressed the most about was the baseball moms.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Because we planned so much for that event.
Yeah.
So for our listeners out there, if you go back to episode, I think it's 5. Yes, it is 5. So we rented out a portion of a restaurant. We had a whole banquet hall reserved. Jen and I spent time at the ballpark handing out flyers. Like we put some work in for this event. And so we show up to this banquet hall, and we're like, I went to Guitar Center, Bryson, listen to this. So I went to Guitar Center and rented a PA system because I was like, we're going to have a massive crowd here tonight.
Big. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then we roll into this night. I set up the PA equipment, and then we were planning for like 30, 35, 40 people. We had maybe 15 show up, maybe. And so that was the most challenging episode that I had because, again, I'm the dreamer. I'm the one that builds it up. I'm the one that's like, we're going to, like, this place don't even know what it's in for right now. And then I had that reality check of like, okay, well, maybe we're just this small right now, but we're growing. But that was still such a super fun episode because we had the moms sitting around and they were swapping stories, and it was fun to watch the moms because some of them were too scared to get on the mic and talk about some of the stuff. But
some were not. Some were not, which was
that's
great.
Right. Yeah.
But disclaimer, I think your wife and I both had to kind of talk you off a ledge a little bit. Like this is going to be so much fun. If 2 people show up or if 200 people show up, it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's going to go fine. We're going to get our name out there. And also, there was the championship game that night for the Little League tournament, right? All
Stars. Yep.
So, there was a little bit of a conflict with some of the moms not being able to come, but either way, we had like this round table where they were able to share their favorite stories of, their kids, and it ended up really great. I know that not as many people, but I think quality over quantity. I had a great time.
We did. And what it showed me was, you know who your supporters are, and like, we had a good time that night, whether it was a huge crowd, small crowd, like everyone. It was a very intimate night where we, oh Lord, I said intimate. That was a night where we all got to share memories of Little League baseball and how much fun we have, whether it's managing the team or getting snacks together. We got to talk about all that stuff. So I think my favorite episode has to go back to episode 3, Big Swings and Black Eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was the first one that we really like. I feel like the title, first of all, caught people's attention because of the black eye statement. But then we got to talk to Christy, and she went on to be on, who is it?
Dr. Phil.
Well, no. Dr. Phil.
Was she on Dr. Phil?
Oh my gosh, what's his name on Fox?
Was she on Good Morning America? Was it Good Morning, or was that Dr. Phil?
She was Dr. Phil. She could have been on Good Morning America. She was on Tucker Carlson like 2 weeks later after being on our show. And I was begging her to mention the S.L.I.D.E podcast, but Tucker, you didn't give her enough time to really talk about those things. So I forgive you, Tucker, if you're listening to this. But outside of that, though, that was pretty cool, though, because one of our guests were on like the national spotlight. So that was probably like the coolest moment for me, is someone that we found, we reached out to, got in touch with. And I'm going to tell you, social media, if it didn't exist, podcasts wouldn't exist. So, because it's holy crap. And if anybody wants to join the team to help us continue to promote the show, listen, and join. So, because it's a lot to handle.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Well, I know we went now. Oh my gosh, an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And we've just been talking about the show. So
It's Ben's
wow.
bedtime.
It is. Caden looks like he's going to sleep on us. So
yeah, he's fixing to fall asleep.
You know what was pretty cool, real quick though, before we start closing it up, was the one the day where the first day that we had 100 listens in a single day. We were all it was starting to get later in the afternoon, and we're all sitting there. We're sending screenshots in the group chat. We're almost there.
Yeah.
And I just went and looked back at my phone, and we hit 100, and I just put "we did it" in all caps. Milestones like that are so cool. It was the Funky Monkeys episode.
Yeah, because I want to say we hit like 120 or something. Like
it ended up keep going, but I just remember that I just went back and looked and was going our group chat. There's so much funny stuff in there, and just us just messing around and talking.
Yeah,
it is, because at the end of the day, we're just big kids that love kids games, and I think we all have a shared vision of what those kids mean to our future. And Caden, it looks like you're about to fall asleep on us right now, but I need you to realize how important you are to our future. Okay? Because we need you to keep practicing. We need you to listen to mom and dad. All right? Because they're only going to tell you the good stuff, even though sometimes it feels like mom and dad are just the bad guys. They're telling, oh yeah, they are.
He said
no, he's saying that he doesn't feel like we're the bad guys.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah. Well, look, Doug, you got it down pat. You need to come teach me how that works, because
it's all him, man. He's an amazing young man.
Yeah. Well, hey, and for all of our listeners out there, that's what we want. We want you to listen to this show. We want you to smile a few times and then go out and say, hey, let's practice, because that's what it comes down to. Is life is just a bunch of series of tryouts, and you got to keep pushing, and you got to keep pushing, and then one day you'll make the team, and that's when that day is going to be super special for you, and we want to celebrate it with you, right, Jen?
That's right.
All right, Jen, any final thoughts on our recap of the first year?
I am excited for what's to come. So everybody listening, thank you for your support, and keep listening, keep liking and commenting everything on social media. Just stay with us, because big stuff's coming.
Yeah, it is. Bryson, I'm going to give you what you got for our listeners.
Man, it's kind of crazy to think it's I've been with you guys a half a year now.
Yeah.
And since me and you first got connected, about a half a year. And the amount has grown just since I've been here, just seeing everything that's happened. The sky's the limit, and that's all thanks to Coach Aaron over there. He really does dream big, and he makes it go the way it goes. And it's been really cool for me, and I've enjoyed every minute of it, and I can't wait to see what's coming next year.
It's going to be exciting. I just have a feeling it's going to be exciting.
I mean, it's giving me chills right now thinking about it. I mean, I'm ready.
That's because you know something, and you know what we're not telling everyone. And I'm doing this to you listeners right now because people have done this to me for years on podcasts. And Eddie Trunk, look, he covers a lot of 80s rock music, but he'll always do this to the listeners. He'll say, I know something you don't know, and I can't reveal it. But hey, good things are coming. And
that's like in Twitter spaces and in college Twitter spaces talking about recruiting. People would just tweet out the eyes emoji. That's what we're doing to you guys right now listening to the show. We're tweeting out the eyes emoji at you.
That's right.
Just wait. We'll post it on Twitter later. You'll see the eyes emoji coming from the S.L.I.D.E podcast Twitter. Coming soon.
That's right. It's coming. And honestly, we're not dictating the time limit as to when we can tell you. Other parties are, but hey, there's good things coming. So stay involved with us. And Doug, hey, tell us what you got for the 2023 year.
I'm just happy to be here. So I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help ride along as much as I can, and hopefully we climb to some new heights in 2023.
We definitely are, and we appreciate you and Caden. Caden, you gotta look excited, buddy.
He's a trooper tonight.
He is tough in it. Hey, Jace went to sleep.
He was a trooper tonight.
Jace went to sleep like an hour and a half ago. So
he spent the day with Grams today, so he's wore out.
All right. Well, hey.
I also lost a tooth.
Yeah. Oh,
You lost a tooth
today. Give him a big smile.
Congrats. Ooh, look at
big
that.
Oh,
front
right in
tooth, huh?
front.
Is that your first
Perfect.
one you lost?
No, I
Third.
think
How much did you get on your last tooth? How much did the tooth fairy leave you?
Oh,
Two.
Two.
$2.
Now, no, look, I'm going to tell you, when you lose a front tooth,
it's more.
there's usually a higher price for front teeth.
It is a bigger tooth, so that makes sense. You know,
It does, but that
Pay
also
more.
it shows up in all the pictures. So you have to sacrifice that picture quality. So just remember that when the tooth fairy comes to see you, hey, negotiate your rates. It's okay.
Big dollars.
That's right.
that toothless smile is going to be making a pretty cool appearance here pretty soon too.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to be looking out for that as well.
That's right. Hey, well, Caden, you keep practicing, dude, because your dad keeps sending me videos, man, and you're 7 years old. And I have a feeling in the next few years, we're going to be talking about big things with you, dude. So you just keep it up, okay? Keep practicing as much
Let
as
us
you
stay
get.
on the ride.
That's
Let
right,
us keep
dude.
watching it.
We're a part of the Caden train, and we're
Yeah.
riding, buddy. We got, I would say season tickets, but we got lifetime passes, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a long time.
Yeah, we got lifetime passes with you, buddy. All right. So my final statement is again, thank you guys for continuing to listen to us. As much as we may be silly, maybe say some crazy things. We care about your kids. We care about the future of our country. And we only want to see people continue to take this game for what it's meant to be, is a game. And have fun with it. Enjoy your memories. I know it's easy to get frustrated because baseball is a game of failure. And Bryson, you know what? That's what we should have done is we should have made like a checklist of what we say all the time on the show.
And that is one of them.
It
That's the best
is.
one.
Baseball is a game of
Hey.
failure.
But you could say that every episode 5 times, and I think you could then say it more because it's so true.
It is. Well, I listened to 2 podcasts today and it came up on both podcasts. So Grayson Knight, dude, I was listening to your podcast today, dude, and it came up with Ryan on his interview today. And then I can't remember who the second one I listened to was, but baseball is a game of failure. So you got to be ready for that. And, just keep pushing through it. And we're going to be here with you for the ride because we're going to help you celebrate every one of those little small victories that you have, even if they don't amount to, the major leagues. We're going to celebrate every single victory that we have until that point. So keep sharing with us your memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us in on it so we can maybe get you on the show and talk about it.
Yeah. Hit your first home run. We need to know about it because when that ball here clears the fence, like that's a big deal.
It's a feeling you'll never forget. I was 12 years old when that happened, and I promise you I'll never forget it.
And I keep telling this to everyone as well. I never felt that feeling. So I don't know what that's like, but I get cold chills every single time a kid talks about that on the show. And for Jen, don't text me like that. All right. We're going to wrap it up. Felix, I got to give a shout out to Felix, though, because he was the home run kid and he freaking nailed it on the podcast. So I love you, Felix, for that. And Jen, we're going to wrap up this year's episode. And until we meet again in 2023,
we'll catch you on the slide.
We thank you for toughing it out and pushing through. Now, let's go teach the world great sportsmanship, leadership, to go inspire someone through your dedication and excitement for the game. Make sure to smash the like and follow button on all social media at the S.L.I.D.E Podcast Show and the S.L.I.D.E Pod on Twitter. Plus, leave us a review and feedback. Until next time, we'll catch you on the slide.